Hi, one best. We have videos on Peter Loshak. Today is Thursday, March 3rd. Sitting next to me is Mike Brenner. This is a daily NBA odds couple show that we do every day. Mike Brenner, I guess you're just kicking ass.
Well, I was just trying to produce. I could have been 3-0 last night. I had the Thunder on the half in the game. They're up like 22 at half. And then at the game, they had 17-point lead. I'm getting 2 on top of that. There's 7 minutes left. I go to bed. This one's going to cash. I wake up. They allowed a 26-2 run for the Clippers to go on and win the game, and I lost. But that's okay, buddy. You just get up and brush your knees off.
I think in retrospect, the Clippers from the full game probably was the right side.
Could have been, but that's a fluke, though, Pete. That won't happen again. 49-36. Brenner is right now 57%. I'm looking to push into the 60 percentile. Pete's going to pick it up 24-28.
Maybe
split
not.
last
maybe
night.
not.
No, maybe not. I'm not buying that bullshit. 46%, but we are going to pick it back up. So what do we got on slate tonight?
All right, we got 4 games tonight. I actually do have a pick that I'm almost definitely going to give out of these 4 games. Do you have any picks?
I have 3 picks tonight, Pete.
All right, well, probably one of them involves OKC and Golden State. Right now, this is a very interesting game. First of all, Curry's questionable. Now, I know you're super active on Twitter, right? You're all over Twitter. You're tweeting here and there, so you can get up-to-date information on the status of Curry. Is he playing or not, or what?
As of right now, questionable and maybe doubtful is Iguodala, and that could be a big hit. Guess what, Pete? I'm staying the hell off that game.
Really?
Staying as far away from it as I can get.
It's a very interesting but tricky game. Now, here's how I'm thinking. You tell me what you think of this, Mike Brenner.
Okay.
The first game, of course, an awesome game, went to OT a few games ago. The total on that one was 233, and in regulation it went to 206. So now you got Curry questionable. Kind of obvious to take a shot with the under right now, which is 230 or 229.5 market wide. Maybe a little bit too obvious. What do you think, Mike Brenner?
No, I don't think it's too obvious because, OKC's drained from last night. They're drained. That took a lot out of them. Took a hell of a lot out of them. So I think you might.
But they're also pissed, though.
They're pissed. That's why I was even thinking first half maybe with OKC.
Right.
But I'm staying away from it because of the status of the 2 guys. Curry and Iguodala. I just got to stay off it.
Very tempting to take.
But I mean, if you pulled the trigger on the under, I
wouldn't disagree with it.
No.
But then again, I can also see this coming a mile away. Last minute news is, Curry's banged up and he's playing, and then he goes in and scores 70.
Exactly.
Seen this happen, and you're sitting there you bet it, and you're like, I thought the guy was freaking at a bum angle. You know what I mean? It's like, Jesus Christ.
That's the NBA, baby.
Well, why don't I tell you the one play that I did make, and you can tell me what you think.
Will this be an official pick?
Yeah, it'll be an official pick.
Okay, good. I like it.
Who cares?
I care, and I know you care.
Spurs and New Orleans Saints. Now, the Spurs, of course.
New Orleans Saints. When did they start playing basketball?
Who cares? Yeah, the New Orleans Pelicans, Spurs and the Pelicans. The Spurs, of course, are starting to play good defense again, right?
Well, it happened in the second half of their last game. First half, they were down. They gave up a bunch of points. I think Popovich really went off on them. They came out and just locked down second half. I look for that to continue.
But with Kawhi Leonard back, they're playing good defense. They've gone under in 4 in a row, and Davis might be banged up again. I'm going to have to consult you on this.
And he only hit 12 points last night. He's really, there's something wrong with him, and he has a shoulder injury, and I think it's worse than people know. And
he's banged up. Is something wrong with him or not? Is he going to come back here and score 40? Maybe. I mean, you remember when we were talking about DeMarcus Cousins before you? We were like, he has a tailbone injury.
Exactly, went off. Yeah, could
50
be.
points,
could be,
20
but
rebounds.
I think LaMarcus Aldridge will be all over him, though. They're going to put him on him tonight.
So the bet that I made, I did bet it. I bet the under at 207. Now it's a little bit makes me nervous because the Pels are, of course, 22-7 over/under at home. Jesus. Now that's a pretty strong trend to bet against.
Hard to go against, but something's got to give.
Yeah, and if you look back over their game histories, they have a lot of games where against like just average teams they go way over, but against teams that can bring them down, like Utah and teams like that, they can tend to get under this total with 207, which is high enough for me. So I'm going to give it. I bet it. I'm going to give it.
They might be tired too. They might be tired. They had the lead the whole game last night and then lost it towards the end. Okay?
Exactly.
Now you got a rested San Antonio Spurs team. I don't know.
Clamping down on defense.
Yeah, I like it.
You do?
You got to pull the trigger, Pete.
All right, under 207. That's my pick. I'm going to give that one as a pick. Mike Brenner, you said you have a bunch of other picks. Hit us with one of them.
Well, not a bunch. I got 3 picks. I like the Miami Heat tonight on the first half. The number's a little high. It's -8. But I like it. Joe Johnson's clicking right now. These guys are focused. They're playing good ball. And Hassan Whiteside underneath is really, this kid's turning into a hell of a good ball player. So I like it. I just think the Heat will get it done against a Suns team that's just a mess.
Just
a freaking mess. So I got the Heat on the first half.
I mean, they're not even pretending to be anything other than mess. They're just rotating guys in and out.
The other night I saw 10 guys from the bench throw in a
Right,
white
right.
towel, so what's that tell you? But yeah, Heat on the first half -8 is my first play, Pete.
Yeah, sounds good to me, Mike Brenner. I think you might be just rolling along here tonight. What's your second play?
My second pick is the Spurs. I got them on the first half
Mm-hmm.
-4. I like the fact that the Pelicans or the Saints are going to be
Whatever.
tired.
Who cares? Who
and
cares?
Spurs are rested. They're locked down on defense. Second half last game, I looked for that to continue early because I know Popovich is getting in their head saying, look, it's time to let's crank this thing up. So Spurs on the first half -4. That's my second pick.
I have some bad news for you, Mike Brenner.
It went up.
I'm checking the lines right now. You know we have to be religious
Of
about
course,
this.
it was only available at 4 at Pinnacle. Now is it 4.5?
It's 4.5,
I'll
even
take
even
it.
at Pinnacle.
And I'll take
Even
it.
at Pinnacle.
I love it still. Yep.
Okay.
4.5 is official on the first half Spurs.
Wait a minute. So we can take lines that are only available at Pinnacle?
No, we can take them anywhere, but if there's one that was
All right,
showing
because
4.
New Orleans and Spurs has 207.5 for my
Then
pick.
go for it.
All right, fuck it, 207.5. I'm taking that one.
You're 207.5
Right.
on the under.
Right.
Okay. I got Spurs on the half -4.
And a half.
And a half.
4.5. All right, and you got a third pick, right, Mike
My
Brenner?
third pick is a two-team teaser.
See, March Madness, as soon as it turns to March, we're all going crazy. I'm calling the New Orleans Saints or quoting numbers
God,
all
I
over the
love
place.
it.
All right, I love
I
it too,
love
though.
it.
I am happy. I'm in bliss. I'm just,
Well, you need to be.
I'm aware that I'm a little bit nutty
We're
right
in
now.
Costa Rica. We're living a great life. Hey,
March
look,
Madness,
what's
all
the line on the Spurs for the game right now? Do you
The
have that in
Spurs
front of
for
you?
the game, it is moving. The opener was 8, now it's 8.5 or 9. Creeping up.
Okay, good. Because my two-team, it's a two-team teaser.
Mm-hmm.
I got the Heat, and they're -9.5. Minus 13.5 on the game, so that'll make it -9.5.
Well,
is it up 14?
yeah, got some bad news for
That's
you,
not
Mike
bad
Brenner.
news either, though. I'll
Yeah,
still
it's
take
kind
it
of
at
good
10.
news because it means the market's agreeing with your leans.
Exactly. All right, here we go. Heat -10 on a two-team teaser, along with the Spurs, which will be -4.5.
That's right. Listen, I mean, we got it. That's the problem is you do your research, you come in, the line moves.
Yeah.
That's how sports
okay.
betting
And our
is.
viewers know that. They know that, and we'll blog on it. But I'm going to just recap real quick.
Let's
my
recap,
three, 'cause we
yeah.
got to wrap up.
We gotta
Heat
wrap
on the half -8, Spurs on the first half -4.5, and a two-team teaser with the Heat -10 and the Spurs -4.5. I like it.
And I got Spurs and New Orleans under 207.5. Everywhere else is 207, but a Pinnacle 207.5, so I'm taking it.
Let's knock them down today.
Are we going to be
buddy.
back tomorrow for the Friday card?
Of course we are.
All right.